Morning, everyone. Actually, it's not morning anymore. It's about noon. And today, I'm back for another video. So welcome to all 400 of you. Welcome back to my channel. Today, no, I'm not just taking out the trash. Once I do that, hey guys. So today I'm going to be attempting the 24-hour reading challenge. And honestly, I'm really nervous because although I love reading, I don't ever read like even 10 hours a day, you know? I think the point of this challenge is to try to read for 24 hours straight. And I mean, I'm going to try to do my best, but I don't know if that's really gonna work out. We'll have to see. Who knows, maybe tonight I might need some rest. I didn't want to spend the whole day indoors reading at my house, right? Because I feel like that would actually drive me crazy. So right now I'm just gonna go to Starbucks and do some reading there. There's a Starbucks about like 10-15 minutes away from where I live that I really like. So hopefully it's not too crowded in there. And then I'll come back home later and then, you know, continue reading. But I brought my tote bag full of books, even though I'm probably not even gonna get through all of them while I'm at Starbucks, but I just like to have a lot of options, I guess. See what I'm in the mood for, you know? So that's what we're gonna do today and into tomorrow. But I am worried that after I'm gonna be extremely burned out and my head is gonna feel like exploding. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. I hope we can get a good seat. Oh, it's Lily. Oh, there might be one over there. Or do you want to go to the bar? Oh, I really like this little nook because I could keep my books here. Do you want the same thing as me? I don't remember. Bacon, sausage, and egg wrap. Do you think that'll be good? Cake pops! Can I get one? Could I get one grande? And then can I add the pistachio cream on top? Okay guys, you probably have heard of this book. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I've heard so many good things about it. I feel like it's super duper popular. So I think I'm gonna start the reading challenge off with this book. Very glad it came in time. And then this is, I bought some tabs because I wanted to tab some of my books as I read, but I don't know if I could get this open. Thank you. I've been seeing a lot of people use these too. And at first I thought, oh, I don't need tabs, but honestly, they're kind of helpful because I don't want to fold the pages of my books or really write in them. So yeah, I got these pastel colors, but I also brought like 3 other books with me. So maybe I'll just show them to you really quick. So I have The Picture of Dorian Gray, thought I'd throw in a classic. This was in my book haul. Actually, I feel like all of these were in my book haul. Belladonna, haven't read this one yet. It's a gothic fantasy, I think, YA. And then Dance of Thieves, which is also YA fantasy. So yeah, I kind of wanted to have other genres in between the fantasy because I feel like I've just been reading so much fantasy recently. But yeah, I'm definitely going to start off with this one because this is like my most anticipated read. So yeah, I just got my drink. I got a fun one this time. It's a drink combination that I learned from TikTok, but it's a iced matcha latte with a pump of chai and then coconut milk with pistachio cream cold foam on it. And I haven't had it in a while, but because pistachio's back at Starbucks, I thought, okay, better get the fun drink, right? Let me give it a sip. Delicious. Should probably get started and stop procrastinating. So let me get my timer out. Starting off at 0. And start. Okay. I'm gonna get started on tomorrow. since I started reading, and I was getting a little hungry, so just got a little snack. Okay, it's been 2 hours and 37 minutes. It feels like it's been so much longer than that. I think I might be in way over my head. I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest, because I'm only 2.5 hours in. I thought that while I'm heading back home, I will talk to you a little bit about this and tell you what I think so far. As you can see, I only got through the first 2 parts of the book, so I feel like it is going a little bit slow for me. I'm about like 125 pages in, and you can see the cute little tab colors. Okay, so the story is about 2 friends. Their names are Sadie and I already forgot his name, Sam. If I were to break it down very simply, it's a story about them reconnecting in college, and they are trying to make a video game together. Throughout the story, there's like a then and now alternating perspective where it kind of shows how they became friends when they were younger as teenagers, and then how they had a falling out from that, why they didn't talk to each other for 6 years, and then how they kind of coincidentally reconnected, and just kind of like how their relationship picks up from there and how that continues on, right? They bonded over their love of games when they were younger, and that's what really motivated Sam to want to make a game with Sadie. There is so much about gaming in here, and I'm not even a gamer, but I find it extremely fascinating, extremely easy to read as well, because it's not like super nerdy and complex and difficult to understand. And essentially, it's not even so much about gaming in and of itself and like the mechanics of making it, although that's definitely in the story, but it's so much about their relationship, the people in their lives, how they became who they are from their upbringing, their experiences. And the relationship is, it's a friendship, but it feels so much deeper, and I like that so far. At least I'm not that far into the book, but it's not cheapened by kind of just making it a romance, you know what I mean? It's so much deeper, you know, they really understand each other. There's something that really bonds them together, and now they're finally coming together to make something together that they're literally pouring their blood, sweat, and tears into. So I find this book already so far to be so beautiful. I love the writing, I love the story, and I guess this is just a small thing that personally I can connect with. The character Sam, he was raised by his Korean immigrant grandparents in Koreatown in Los Angeles. And there's just so many things about that I can connect with, because I also grew up in Southern California. I'm also Korean. My parents were immigrants. It's not that I can relate to him completely, but it's just another added thing that he talks about and how that shaped him that I found to be interesting and that I connected with. So yeah, I'm super excited to get through it. I do think it's going to take me a good while to finish, but I'm excited. Like, I'm loving the story so far. I actually think I might read a little bit more in the car while my husband's driving, just so that I can get more time in, you know, because again, only 2.5 hours. I barely made a dent. Hey guys, so you're probably wondering, where are you and what are you doing here? I decided to go for a little walk before the sun officially sets. And don't worry, I'm still doing the challenge, but instead of reading, I'm going to be listening. Since I'm the one making the rules for this video, I say that that's okay and that counts. So actually what I've been listening to on Audible is the Harry Potter series. I started last year, and just whenever I get the chance to, I've been slowly making my way through. And I'm on book number 5, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and it's been really great so far. I'm on chapter 22. So I'm just gonna go for a walk, get some fresh air, because as much as I loved the cafe, it was starting to make me feel a little bit stuffy. I am currently at 2 hours and 53 minutes. So I'm gonna start that and start my audiobook, and I'll catch you guys later. Guys, it's been a really long time since I talked to you, and I have gone through 8 hours and 43 minutes. I finished this book tomorrow. To be honest, part of the reason why I didn't talk to you guys sooner was because I was completely engrossed in the story. Man, this book had me feeling so many different things. The book takes place across multiple decades following a set of friends, right? I mentioned like the two main friends, but there's also another character too. And I won't go into too much detail about what the story's about because I think the beauty of this book is just really reading it and experiencing it for yourself. You're following these characters through their lives and you see the ebbs and flows in their relationships, the fights that they go through, the difficulties that they have with each other, with their work, within their own personal lives. There's a lot of grief and heartbreak that happens and sorrow, and it did make me want to start crying at certain parts. It talks a lot about what makes up a person, how your experiences shape you, and a lot of it was communicated through the playing and creating of these games. I thought it worked so beautifully in the story. I've never really read anything like this where it's so heavily about video games. It's so relatable and so human. There's so much about friendship in here and family. I feel like if you're someone that wants to get sucked into a really good story, this is so easy to just get into. I mean, maybe you won't read it all in one sitting like I did for this video, but very good, very engaging, very beautifully written, and very moving. So I loved this, and I'm still like in the world of it. I don't know how to just leave it and just jump onto something else. But seeing as this is a challenge, and honestly, I am only 8 hours and 45 minutes in barely. Like, that is nothing. Honestly, I don't know what to read next. What is gonna compare to that, Am I just supposed to read like YA fantasy now? I mean, I can, but yeah, my heart, it's still just feeling the effects of that book, I'm gonna give this one a try. But if after maybe like the first 100 pages, I really feel like I'm not into it, then I'm just gonna switch over to something else. Guys, I am on page 102 now. It's only been 10.5 hours. Yikes. I'm struggling here. Honestly, the first 50 pages of this book were so hard to get through. It was like a million characters being thrown at you. You have no idea what's going on. All these different made up words and lands. And it was just really confusing. So I had a hard time even getting into the story. I think things started picking up like after the first 50 pages. And yeah, I still don't really know like what the main plot is because I feel like it's still setting up for it. As you can see, there's still like 400 more pages to go. But there's definitely going to be romance in this. I already know that. It's one of those books where the main characters have prejudices about each other based on rumors that they've heard and, just preconceived notions about each other. But as they're kind of forced to spend time together, they realize, like, wait, this person's not that bad. I might actually like this person. I'm intrigued by him or her. And I mean, that's pretty typical, isn't it? Let's keep reading. Hey guys, so I decided to get into bed. I know you're probably thinking this is not a good idea. I agree. It's a dangerous move, but I'm dying. It's 2:21 a.m. and I'm starting to feel it, Like I feel unwell. I'm at 11 hours and 16 minutes. So I'm gonna try to get more reading in bed and see how far I get. Honestly, this book is pretty slow for me. Maybe this wasn't a good choice, but I'm nearly 150 pages in, so at this point I should commit, right? I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna hope it picks up, but we'll see. It might lull me to sleep, and in that case, it's not my fault. It's the book's fault. So as you can see, it's the next day. Okay, so right now I'm at 18:23. So I don't know exactly what time I fell asleep, but I know I didn't read for this whole time. As soon as I woke up, I turned off the timer. I mean, we all know that at this point I've failed the challenge, but I don't want to completely give up. So I think what I'll do is just finish it off until I reach 24 hours because I didn't finish this book yet. So I want to at least get through this. If I get to another book, fine. If not, that's fine too. But yeah, I definitely underestimated the difficulty of this challenge and I overestimated my abilities. I don't know how people do it. Every time I watch these videos, they have like tons of books that they get through and I haven't even gone through 2 yet. So I don't know what that says about me. I have my coffee that my husband made for me. It has officially been 22 hours. I just finished Dance of Thieves. My thoughts on this book, well, in the beginning, as you guys probably know, I wasn't crazy into it and I had a hard time like getting into it. The second half of the book was definitely a lot more engaging, but the whole time I felt like I didn't understand what the huge conflict was. Like it just kept building it and setting it up. And I feel like a lot of information got revealed in the last like 100 pages or so. It wasn't as if the stakes were really high. And so maybe this is all just setting up for the second book because I know this is a duology. Second book is Vow of Thieves, which I don't have with me. If I did, maybe I would have started it because it's leaving off where like the real conflict is coming. Yeah, it definitely ends on a cliffhanger. So I think there's a lot more to come. This was so thick, but it feels like not that much happened. I don't know if that's just me. Okay, now I only have like 2 more hours. I'm debating between, I don't know if I'm in the mood for a classic right now, but it is short. It's only like 200 pages. Okay, I'm gonna give this one a try. I finally hit 24 hours. And as you can see, my energy levels from the beginning of this video to now are just drastically different. I'm so tired, like mentally and physically. And yeah, I just feel like going to sleep now, even though it's still daytime. So far, I mean, I can see where the story's going. The story follows Dorian Gray, who, enthralled by his own exquisite portrait, exchanges his soul for eternal youth and beauty. That hasn't exactly happened yet, but he is being influenced by Lord Henry Wotton, who is essentially demoralizing him and teaching him that pleasure and indulging in your desires is the best thing that you can do, like the point of life. And I haven't seen too much of that corruption yet in Dorian Gray, but I could see it slowly getting there. I mean, I barely made it halfway, so I'm sure there's a lot more, but it is interesting. Obviously the style of writing is different, it's older, but I don't mind it. There's something kind of like cozy and comforting about it. I will not be finishing it today because I think I am booked out, but I will probably finish it at some point. But yeah, I guess just to end off this video, my experience with this challenge, I don't think I will be attempting it again. And honestly, I don't think that anyone needs to be reading for 24 hours straight. It just doesn't make sense.
I was curious about it. I saw other people do it and I was like, oh, maybe I should try that. Maybe it won't be that bad, but oh, it was so rough. I realized that because reading is such a hobby for me, when it's forced like this, it just makes it a little less enjoyable, you know? Out of the 3 books that I read, I'm sure it's clear, but I loved the first one the most, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I would highly recommend that. I want to thank you guys so much for coming along and joining me as I attempted this challenge, which was a fail, but that's okay because I don't think this is normal. I'm not gonna read for a bit and I'm just gonna relax. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I will see you again very soon.